High five.
Do you like a little bit of a shake there? A little bit of a
I
shaky
saw that.
routine?
I thought you were getting very excited. That's what it was.
I think it is.
You were like, oh, I'm ready, steady, cook again.
Well, I'm working with you guys. That's what it's all about, isn't it?
Keep up the
Hey,
shake.
I'll ask you, what about fridges? Now, when we talk in terms of fridges, you know, people think of perhaps a little fridge that fits onto the cabinet or something like that. Or at home, do you go for a slightly more sort of larger size?
Yeah, I've got one of these Sub-Zero monsters.
Yeah.
Huge.
Yeah.
And
Suppose you fit in it,
I've
then.
got about 3 other fridges and a walk-in fridge all in my house.
Oh, wonderful, wonderful. So there's a lot of people to eat and feed and...
I don't know, there's always never enough room in fridges, is there? We're getting like the Americans, we put our jams and a honey and a mayo and everything in the fridge nowadays, don't we?
Yeah, keep it. And what about you, Paul? You got a
I
large
got
one?
3 little fridges.
Yeah.
Yeah, leprechaun size, you know. But there never seems to be enough room. You
No
know?
good for the wife.
Well, you know, at a good push, you can get her in there.
Can you?
Well, the reason why, ladies and gentlemen, I'm mentioning fridges is because we've got a couple of American guests on the show today. The first one is originally from Nashville, Tennessee. Please welcome Francis Smith. How you doing? All right. Howdy.
Hi.
Now, so why do you hate British fridges then? What's wrong with them?
I never said hate. Dislike might be, or not used to quite yet. Our fridges in the States are enormous, and you can, like Anthony was saying, you can get a full person inside. So.
My wife is the same. My wife's from North America, and she complains every day about the British fridges.
So why don't you change it?
I like to wind her up.
He's horrible at that. Have you done some shopping for us?
Yes,
Yeah,
I
so
have.
come on, let's have a look at your ingredients today then, Francis. OK, so gourmet bag. Oh, is that a bit of monkfish I see there?
It is. I love seafood, and I especially love monkfish.
Are those big American chilies? Is that what they are?
No, they're, I don't know if they're
Sweet
American.
Romano
They're from
peppers,
Israel,
actually.
actually.
Yeah.
Nice, lovely flavour there. Slight sweetness to them.
that's
OK,
great.
and you said that you're particularly fond of seafood. Why is that
I
then?
absolutely love seafood. I think I've just eaten seafood my entire life, and especially being from the Southeast in the States. There's just shellfish that comes right out of the water, and they just throw it on the table, and you cook it up, and it's fantastic.
And the taste is just great, isn't it?
Yeah, when you can see the water where it came out of, hopefully that's a good thing.
That is a good thing. OK, avocado, onion, and rice. How much did that cost you, that little lot?
$9.68.
I suppose the majority of that went on the monkfish. It's not a cheap fish, is it, Paul?
Monkfish is an expensive fish, but it's lovely. It's beautiful, mild flavoured, yet it's got a lovely firm texture. One of my favourite fish.
That means you're in for a bit of a special
You did
meal.
good,
I'm
honey.
excited. I'm
OK,
excited.
about to meet a really good friend of yours?
Yes, absolutely.
OK, that you hooked up with when you came over here.
Well, we were friends beforehand, but she was here first, so she was my lifeline when I arrived.
Ladies and gentlemen, also from America, but this time from Albany, Georgia. Please welcome Leanne McEldy. How are you? Lovely to see you. Come on, Leanne.
How are you?
Are you also kind of thinking, oh, these fridges, do you get sick of those tiny little fridges
Yes,
too?
you have to go to the grocery store 3 times a week, whereas in the States, you don't. You can fit. I can fit it.
Yeah.
Better to go to the grocery store 3 times a week.
Yes, there
The
is
food's
something
fresher.
to it. But we grew up, I had a refrigerator and 2 deep freezers, and you're just used to it.
Oh, this is it. Especially if you live far away, then
Yeah.
you really do need to get all your stuff in, don't you?
Definitely.
Okay.
Away from what? A
Far
shop?
away from the supermarket or the shops, you know. A lot of people do out there.
There's one on every corner now.
Well, I don't know about that.
Where do you live
Is there?
then? In outer Mongolia?
In London, so.
Oh, OK. Well, London's got a few shops.
Let's have a look what you got in your bag for Anthony. OK. Oh, now.
You come down the meat route.
Brilliant.
Yes.
Yeah, tell us what you've brought along.
I always cook pork tenderloins and have never done pork chops, so very interested in something new. And everything else, tomatoes in Georgia are just everywhere and constant.
Tomatoes?
Tomatoes,
Yeah.
yes.
We say
Lovely.
tomatoes.
Yeah.
And
OK.
onion, you can't cook without it. Spinach, I love it, but just usually steam it. And same with potatoes, I only put rosemary and throw them in the oven. So anything new, and the beautiful Parmesan cheese.
Yeah. OK, now, lots of lovely ingredients. What do you think, Anthony?
I think it's lovely.
Good joy. Will you have a bit of a chat with Leanne? I'll come back and see you in a moment. all right? OK, Francis, what's Paul going to be cooking for you?
Well, maybe we'll do some American-style blackened monkfish. I'm gonna get a Yankee accent working with her.
I'm not a Yankee. I'm not a Yankee.
Oh, you're a Southern Belle.
Absolutely. Thank you very much.
Oh,
Don't
wow.
We get 2 Southern Belles, actually. And then the other piece of monkfish, we're going to do some crispy fried, almost like tempura type thing. We'll serve that with a cold avocado sauce, so it's almost like a mayonnaise type thing. We'll be doing a salsa, we're doing a rice pilaf, and we'll try a little bit of rice pudding too.
Sound good?
great.
So all in 20 minutes, eh?
It's going to be amazing. We're going to see how it goes.
Oh, I know you're a big fan of the show. Well done, Paul. Nice selection with your ingredients. What about Hugh, then? What's Leanne going to get?
Just give Paul a tip. Apparently Francis doesn't like mayonnaise.
I know. I'm over here whispering. I'm like, no.
Okay, what we're going to do, a Wiener Schnitzel type thing, or an scallop of pork, and usually they use veal, breadcrumb, little bit of egg on top of that. The other one, we're going to stuff it with some wilted spinach, and then top it with a compote of tomatoes and Parmesan cheese.
Yeah.
Might do a quick spinach and nutmeg soup, and a few Parmesan crisps. Well, you know, we'll think of something.
So casually delivered, wasn't it? Oh, yes, and I'll have it done in 20 minutes, no problem at all.
That's
Sound
right.
good, Leanne?
Excellent.
Excellent. Well, let's get our chef started, ladies and gentlemen. 20 minutes when I say ready, steady, cook. All right, yeah. Come on, get that stuff over here. Brilliant.
Okay. And if you could peel the onion for me, and if we could chop, quite finely chop half of it, okay? Leave the other half just the way it is.
Okay.
Lovely, lovely, lovely. Now, the whole selection is nice there,
I know,
Leanne, so just choose
French.
which... Oh, sorry, Francis.
It's okay.
My apologies, my love. And
If he does stuff like that, you're allowed to give him a whack. Yeah?
Get out of there.
And I have a knife in my hand, which is a really bad thing.
There we are. There's a few different
gosh,
types there.
thanks.
Okay. Tell us about this lovely monkfish then.
Hold on, I need to get some ricey stuff on
All right
first.
then. Yeah.
I'm
Sorry,
go-
because the fish doesn't take long to cook, does it, Paul?
No, it's not. Well, monkfish, because the blackened monkfish that we're going to do, because we want the outside sort of nice and crusty and spicy, we're going to coat it with spices.
Yeah.
And then we're going to like roast it whole like that and then slice it. So we're going to get the lovely white inside the monkfish, which is a lovely contrast to the dark outside that we're going to get from the blackening.
Beautiful. Now, this is the start of the rice pudding.
Yeah, I'm just going to get that on, see how it goes in there, and I'll probably pop it in the microwave later on to stop it scorching. You know how the milk will
And would you
scorch so
introduce
easily?
anything like cardamom or cloves?
We're
or
doing
anything?
cardamom and vanilla.
Yeah,
Because
wonderful.
I love those spices with orange. And I mean, orange is basically the only fruit we can use in the larder that's going to work with this. So,
Okay, great. Ideally, what type of fruit would you like to use in it then? Pineapple?
well,
or...
things like raspberries and peaches and things like that are lovely with rice pudding, I think. Francis, do you like
Yes.
rice pudding? It's a very English sort of thing, isn't it?
I don't know. We're going to find out. It sounds lovely,
Yeah.
Well,
and I like rice and I like pudding. So
yeah.
Well, it's kind of just
Sounding
cooked down
good
with a
already.
little and introduce milk cooked down with flavours. What,
Right.
do you have anything that's similar in America compared to that? Grits or something
Thanks,
like that?
darling.
well, we do bread pudding.
Oh,
I
yeah.
don't know
Yeah.
if that's sort of the same. I'm working on it. I'm sorry.
Yeah. And what about grits? Is that not your
Oh,
style?
grits are fantastic.
Yeah.
Oh, I was
But
about
you
to
have
say
to
they're
know how to
horrible.
make grits. That's the problem. People who don't know how to make grits just how to read the package and cook them.
Yeah.
They're nasty.
Right.
You have to actually know what you're doing. when
And you
cook
serve it
grits.
with a lot of sort of you put a bit of butter on top of it, don't you?
bit, a hunk.
A hunk of
A
butter.
hunk of butter and cheese and
She
garlic.
just loves her
and
accent.
Oh,
It's
just
great,
gorgeous.
isn't it?
Oh,
Pile it in there and stir it up.
hey, that's what we like to do. Is pile it in there and stir it up.
Did you ever see Ready, Set, Cook in America? Because they've got...
I think it's on the cooking channel because I think my father's watched it before, but I never saw it.
Yeah.
And did you ever see Ainsley when he was on TV in America?
What was he doing?
Yeah. Oh no.
Like you cooked, I'm assuming, but I mean,
Hey, be careful you don't chop your fingers off.
come back, come here.
No, I did a program on NBC, the
Okay.
Ainsley Harriott show. But a lot of obviously, you know, if you're out working the day, which you're a working woman, obviously,
Yes,
whilst you're
yes.
living over there, you probably wouldn't
Absolutely.
have seen it. Now, what is this going to make? It's going to make a nice sauce here.
That is for the rice pilaf. It's to get the rice
Okay.
pilaf started.
Right, so we've got the onions
we
and
want to
peppers
add
in
some
there.
flavour and depth to the whole thing. So, yeah.
Lovely. Okay, 16 minutes to go. I'll be back.
Okay.
And when you do, call me when you do the monkfish. How you going, chef?
All right.
All
How
right,
you doing?
then. Very good.
Excellent.
All right. So this is just the.
I'm just knocking out a quick bread and butter pudding.
Okay. I'll whip that for you. Anything
good
else
man.
going in there, Anne?
Just some bread. And a bit of...
Isn't that amazing? 'Cause you didn't say you were doing a pudding, but this is you just saying, and maybe one or two
it's
things.
just sort of throwing it together, really, you know what I
Yeah,
mean?
absolutely.
You're
And
doing really well.
ideally, and would you actually do you normally butter the bread first in
Yeah, the
situations
butter's a bit hard.
Okay.
So it'll rip the bread apart, so we're not going to do that.
All right. So we've just got the bread and a little sprinkling of sugar. Shall I get you a
Okay.
touch of cinnamon, chef?
Yes, please.
Okay. Wonderful. All right then. And Leanne standing there thinking, what
She's going to do
next?
some parmesan now.
Okay.
Grated onto a little pile. So I'm going to just make some parmesan crisp
Okay.
while I get you... Can you
Okay.
Yeah.
And what about the egg custard, chef? What went in there?
Just 2 eggs, a bit of cream, bit of milk, sugar,
Yeah.
and you put a touch of cinnamon in for me, yeah?
Beautiful, that's it. Now, quite simple, and it's kind of nice, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, normally you do it in a bain-marie.
Yeah,
But
absolutely.
it'll rise up too high, but we don't worry about that too much.
Okay, and of course the 20 minutes cooking time is not a lot here. Now, this is obviously for your Wiener
That's
Schnitzel.
my Wiener Schnitzel, which I'm going to bash
And the
out
cheese
now.
is going in there, is
That's
it?
yeah, we're going to make some cheese crisps.
Oh, yeah, oh, lovely. Well,
Just grating
You happy
some
with that
little
one?
piles.
Yeah.
Grating some little piles. Gather them all together, so then bit more than that. That's great. Have we got a mallet anywhere?
Lovely.
Yeah, here we are. I see it.
Okay, you happy? Lovely. Okay, how about that, chef? Is that enough? Just like that, little
Yeah,
piles
that's
like
lovely.
that. And of course, you put that into the oven, and when it comes out, have you ever made parmesan
No, I
fish?
haven't.
It comes out a little bit softer, then as soon as it hits the atmosphere, it starts to kind of dry out and crispen up. A little bit like some biscuits. You know, biscuits can be a little, they're soft to start with. Okay, chef, a Wiener Schnitzel. Classic.
Wiener Schnitzel.
Do you know the
Basically-
history of that, Anthony?
Sort of. I would have thought Germany, Austria,
Yeah.
that sort of country. Obviously, Italy sort of took it over
Yeah.
with the sort of all the veal dishes they did.
And is it something that, did you ever have it in the restaurant at all in the early sort of...
Yeah, in the
was it?
60s. It's
Yeah.
very 60s.
Yeah.
I was only just out of nursery, of course, but I mean, my parents took me to age 4.
Yeah.
You know.
You had your first Wiener Schnitzel at 4. Difficult to say.
Yes, I think it was probably 14, but anyway. Right, so we're going to
Lovely.
that. A little bit of
Okay.
that. And we can grate a bit of parmesan into the breadcrumbs.
Okay.
Would be nice as well.
Lovely. All right, then,
Okay.
and that's it. Just a tad more of that there. Lovely. And what about cooking at home? Do you cook for family or your man? Because that's how you came to be here.
Just my husband. So.
Yeah, right. Oh, your husband.
Yes.
So it turned into marriage.
Yeah, we married and moved in 2 weeks. So
You're joking.
yeah, we got married and moved to London 2 weeks after our wedding date. So it was fast and furious.
What, was it planned then?
Yeah, it was definitely planned.
Yeah.
But we had a move date that we were given by the company, so we had to meet that. Here we are.
And have you enjoyed your experience living in London?
Really loved it. The travel is just amazing. You're so close to everything. And
I know, Europe's right on your doorstep, isn't it? And does he take you away for those lovely romantic weekends?
yeah,
then?
we do.
Yeah?
We do.
Oh, how lovely. But no babies yet then?
No,
No. All right then.
got a lot of the world to see.
You've got a lot of the world to see. All right then, fair enough. I'll take that on board.
They do make
Okay.
prams now. You can
Do
take
they
them with
really?
you. You can take them with you.
It's the people in the airplane I'm worried about, you know?
Oh,
They have those nice little
Yeah.
bassinets that go at the front of the plane. And you just pretend they're other people's babies. Very easy.
No.
Lovely. Now, what about Frances down there? How did you guys get to know one another? How
We
did you
had
become
mutual friends in university. And so she was just always kind of around the last 6 years. And I packed up and moved here. And 6 months later, she was right behind me. So
Oh, wow. Was it just perfect having a friend that could understand the
it's
kind
been
of
really, we've
life
made
at home?
phenomenal friends, but it's nice to have somebody that you have a history with.
Yeah.
So we can talk about friends from home and reminisce about good times that we've had before now.
And do you think you'll sort of keep in contact with each other? Because you don't exactly live around the corner in America,
No.
do you?
The South is a small. The
Say
South
that
is
again?
a small place.
Yeah, it
The
is.
South is a very small place.
It's amazing. We actually found out once we got here, our mothers grew up 15 miles down the road from each other in Mississippi.
Oh, wow.
So,
Oh, wow.
which is a very small world. So it's, I don't know. I think we've just always kind of known each other and
Yeah,
whatnot. So.
it's kind of nice though, isn't
Yes,
it?
definitely.
It's just lovely having that history and someone that you can sort of...
Especially so far away from home. I mean, we are a long way, so.
Yeah. Oh, it's
nice.
great. And what about the food here? Have you adjusted to all of that?
Definitely. I think the ingredients are better overall. I think, and just where I'm from, we have phenomenal restaurants. So
Yeah.
I think going out to eat's a little more challenging in London. But we have a fruit and vegetable market down the street, a fishmonger, and you just don't get that
Yeah.
in the States where we're from. You just have the super grocery store, and if it's not there...
And that's what you're referring to. That's why you need such
That's
big
why you
fridges
have
to
the-
accommodate
yeah, the
everything.
big refrigerators,
Yeah.
'cause you only
And
go
it's
once
kind
a
of nice to stroll out to your little sort of deli or your little corner shop, and because there's that lovely kind of one-to-one, isn't there?
Right. It's getting adjusted. I mean, the first month, I hated it.
Yeah.
And but now we're kind of used to it. So.
Yeah.
But I do cheat and get the big bulky stuff delivered.
I've got to ask you though. You kind of opened the door there. You said you hated it. What did you hate? Is it just it was just too new, or?
I felt like everything was somewhere. You know,
Yeah.
now I appreciate that the fishmonger is a professional and that's what he does. But at first I was like, why do I have to go there to get good fish?
Yeah.
Why can't I just go
I know.